Hey everyone, and welcome to the Humble Gent YouTube channel, and I hope all of you are having a great day. And in this video I have another watch review for all of you, and in this video I'll be reviewing the Seiko SNZH53. Alright, so we'll get a quick close-up of this watch before we do this review. I've owned a lot of Seiko 5 watches, and out of all the Seiko 5 watches, this one right here, the SNZH53, is my favorite out of all of them. So this Seiko SNZH53 is a vintage dive style watch, and it really is beautiful. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys why this is my favorite Seiko 5. And before we get started, we'll do a quick wrist check. So right now I'm wearing my Tag Heuer Aqua Racer. And here's a quick close-up of the Aqua Racer. Hope you guys enjoyed this review today, and let's get started. Alright guys, so let's start this review of my favorite Seiko 5. It's the SNZH53. I love this in this dark blue color. They also make this in black and golden black. So overall, this is a gorgeous watch. I bought this for about $150, and I believe the golden black one is maybe $10 or $20 more. And for the price, you can't beat it. And this is my favorite Seiko 5 for a lot of reasons. And today I'll go over my experience with this watch and go over the general specs. So this watch is a Seiko 5 sports watch. It is a dive style watch. It's not a full diver's watch because it only has 100 meters of water resistance, so I wouldn't take this swimming. I wouldn't even take this in the pool. I would say this watch is splash proof, but you have the dive style that does look really good. And this is a vintage style watch, and the overall looks of it is very vintage. It is a homage of the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. Taking a look at this watch, from the case, the face of it, overall size, and even the bracelet of the watch is very similar to the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. And the Blancpain 50 Fathoms is definitely a grail watch for me, and that's probably why I love this Seiko 5 so much. Now we'll get into the specs of this watch. So the SNZH53 has a 42mm case diameter and has a 22mm lug width, and with the 42mm, that is pushing it for me, because for myself about 41.5 is probably the biggest I'll go, but this watch does wear pretty small with the 47 lug to lug distance. This watch does have a 14mm thickness, so it's not thick whatsoever, and like I said, with the case diameter of 42 and the lug to lug with a 47, it does wear small for a 42mm watch. And this watch also weighs 155 grams. This is a really awesome watch by Seiko, and with all Seiko 5s, they have a cheaper bracelet, and they do have to cut costs because for the price of this, for $150, you get a beautiful case and a really good movement that's pretty accurate. So the SNZH53 has an in-house movement. It's the 7536B, and it is very accurate. I've been wearing this for the last couple weeks now, and I've been averaging plus 8 seconds every day, and for this cost, you cannot beat that. And we'll get a quick look of the movement. It does have a display case back, but the movement isn't decorated, but it's still nice to have this on a $150 watch. And this vintage style Seiko 5 has polished sides, and the bracelet here is brushed all the way around. And I say this is a dive style watch because it doesn't have the water resistance. It only has 100-meter water resistance, and with that it has a non-screw down crown, and that's most likely the reason it can't go deep into the water. And looking at this non-screw down crown, it also has no engravings on it, but that's expected with this Seiko 5. And this watch does have a hardlex crystal that is slightly domed. I'm sure you can see it on the camera right there. You can see it is slightly domed, and it's nice to have that Seiko hardlex crystal. So on the dial, the 5 in the Seiko 5 is applied, as well as the indices. Alright, so now we'll get a quick lume shot. And this watch does have some decent lume, and like I said, it's what to expect from a Seiko 5. And now for the case back, which I did show you before. It is a screwed-on case back with that display there, and like I said, for a Seiko 5 at $150, you can't beat that. This does have 23 joules and a 40-hour power reserve. So the Seiko SNZH53 is an overall great watch. It has a great fit and finish, and for the Seiko 5 it does have a decent bracelet actually. And most Seiko 5 watches have really poor bracelets, but for a Seiko 5, out of all the Seiko 5s I've seen so far, this one has the best one yet. Now for a quick close-up. The case and the face really do make this watch. And I love how it does mimic the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. It does look very similar all around, from the face, the case, even the bracelet style, and the overall design of this watch. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is get a new bracelet for this watch. And yes, I said this bracelet was decent, but if I do put a high quality bracelet on this watch, it would honestly make it a phenomenal watch overall. And to finish this video, I'll show you guys how this watch looks on my wrist. Alright, so I'll take off my Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, and I'll put on the Seiko SNZH53. And I would say I have a medium-sized wrist, and for a 42mm watch, this actually fits very, very well. And with that lug width of 47mm, that's why I'm able to wear this watch with no problem. Guys, I'm ending the video right here. Hope you guys enjoyed my review of my Seiko SNZH53. It is a beautiful watch, and I'm getting a new bracelet for this very, very soon. And I've explored a lot of Seiko 5 watches, and out of all the ones I've had so far, this one is definitely my favorite, and overall quality and value is awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Please leave a comment down below what you guys think of the Seiko SNZH53. And remember, I respond back to every single comment I get. And remember to stay humble.